Nice. You know, it kind of sucks that sunsets now are like early. Like it's only 5 o'clock and the sun's coming down. I think I saw a sunset was supposed to be like 5:25 today. This daylight saving stuff sucks. But for being November, it's pretty nice out here. Took the bike out just to, I went to the gym. I came back and I don't know, just riding around. Like, shoot, sunset's in a half hour. Let me go find a nice spot. Found this nice spot by the lake. I mean, nobody's over here. There's like 2 people. I think there's people like over there, and then somebody's like fishing or whatever over there. But other than that, man, look at these houses. Look at that house back there. Can you see? Probably not, but there's a big house. There's big houses over there. I mean, anything on the lake, really. This man-made lake. But the waves are going. And, man, that just got me thinking, like, life really is a gift. And it is what you make it. I mean, I've never been the type to just sit around and enjoy kind of where I'm at. Even where I grew up, there was a lake. I moved here not too long ago. I moved to North Carolina from Ohio about three months ago now. And I don't know, I would go to the lake. Up there you got Lake Erie. But, man, I don't know. It's something about it now. Maybe getting older, getting wiser, getting dumber. I don't know. Just got me thinking about, this thing we call life. How it's so precious, but yet very taken for granted, you could say. And I don't know if it's because I feel like I'm getting older now. I'm about to be 24, and life just kind of, it seems like time goes on, right? I mean, regardless, if someone I care about pass, if I pass, the world's still gonna be moving. And I think it's the fact that we don't know how long we got left on this earth, and we know for a fact it's not like we're gonna make it out. It's like we kind of know everybody dies at a certain point, and I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to think about. Even as kids, death was always kind of like talked about, not like seriously, but like, I feel like everybody has somebody that passed in the family, and well, you gotta talk about stuff like that. I think the first time it really, came to me, I was about like 6 or 7, and my mom's dad died, my grandpa, and it was pretty close with me, close with the family, everything like that. So I remember that time period being rough. And it's kind of crazy now. It's about 17. Yeah, 17 years. 17 years ago. So yeah, it put me about 6, about to be 7. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I mean, I know that life is, precious, because we don't know, if we are going to wake up tomorrow. But at the same time, I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, and I'm so glad I got this bike, man. It's like, you hear about it. That's all I've ever heard. People say, getting a bike, change your life, and the freedom. I mean, when you try to just take a step back and like look at it, it's just somebody riding a fast bicycle almost. But man, like these past, was it 2 weeks? Almost 2 weeks now. Yeah, this is like the most fun I've had in a while. And it's something that doesn't like cost money continuously, right? You got the initial cost, of course, but it doesn't take that much money to keep going, right? Versus like a vacation. Like people go to a nice trip to Florida or Mexico or something for only a week, right? Because you got to spend like $1,000 or something in a week. Well, you know, you're not spending $1,000 every week to go on vacation, right? This, I mean, what it cost me $8 to fill up the tank. That lasts me for quite some time, right? I don't know. It's just it makes it kind of makes driving enjoyable again. You know, and me driving, I used to like driving like a car and everything like that. Kind of like to be fast, but I think ever since I got my CDL a couple years ago, I really don't enjoy. It's not that I don't enjoy driving. It's just I don't prefer it. Like I used to be the one in high school, and you know, a couple years after, I was the one that always drove. You know, I was always the one driving people wherever we had to go. I was the one always doing it. But now, man, I like taking the passenger seat. Like, shoot, like you drive, let me sightsee and just relax, and I have to worry about it no more. But man, driving a bike, man, it is so fun. Like, I never thought I'd actually come to this point to where I would have this much fun. But even then, the question still is in my head, you know, like, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning in all this? And I mean, really, nobody even has the answer, you know, because it's like everybody has their own opinion on it. It's subjective. So, I don't know. I feel like my take is literally life is what you make it, but I don't know how to make it any better. Like, what is the point in all of it at the end of the day, you know? I try to do things that I enjoy, make me happy. You know, I think happiness is kind of overlooked. You know, we're told not supposed to be happy. Supposed to just, you know, get used to the everyday life that we're kind of put through. And granted, we didn't choose, you know, where we spawned at in this life, how we were raised, or, you know, anything like that. So you kind of just make with what you got. And I'm not complaining about anything, you know, the way I grew up and what I got, what I don't got, you know. It's not even about that. It's just the fact that, man, I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Like, could I see myself just sitting out here on a little beach or something like that, watch the waves come in and watch the sunset every night? Maybe a phase of my life. I think we all go through phases. There's a phase kind of with everything, whether it's people or, you know, just yourself. I feel like I finally understand it now that not everybody's meant to stay in your life forever. You know, it really is like seasons. And I mean, the ones that stay long term, although it's few, it kind of means the most, you know. It's just kind of crazy. Like, I guess I say my mom, for the most part, you know, has literally seen every part of my life. You know, for me, growing up to a shy, nerdy kid, to, you know, just packing on some weight and just working a ton, to not even knowing, you know, what's next for me. And although it is a phase, I don't know, I feel like this is the most like thoughtful phase of my life. You know, I'm about to enter age 24. I'm getting up there in age, man. 24 is like no joke. Like, obviously on a grand scheme thing, of course, I'm young and you can say that, but man, I gotta figure this stuff out, man. Because if I keep letting these couple years go by, year after year, you know, I'm gonna end up 27, 28, 30, and still not know anything. Like 30 is like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it figured out. maybe I won't. I don't know. I think this is the most time I actually like did some reflecting. Nice little boat over there, man. Going out on the water. You see, that dude's all by himself. He probably ain't got no music playing. He's going, what, to fish? Fishing ain't too, like, active. I think. At least when I did fishing, all we did was, sit around. Stuff like that. And what's crazy, too? I thought about, I feel like fishing would be fun to do. I probably only did like a handful of times as a kid, when my grandma was still alive. And I said recently, in like recent years, that I would go fishing if I had somebody to like go with, because it seems like kind of cats my age usually have like a group or at least one person to go with. But shoot, as I look, man, that dude all by himself. I don't know if he going home or where he going, or if he's just gonna sit out in the middle of the lake. But and two, I think it's just the fact that I really don't have like a sense of community, like a group or really like friends in that sense. I mean, I really ain't got, family or friends to even vent to. That's kind of why YouTube is my way of letting it out, And I think this dude just made all these waves to get a little bigger now, because this is a man-made lake, so it's not like these are natural waves. Man, let me back this up. I wasn't trying to sit in no sand, but screw it. That's better. But yeah, it doesn't seem like I can really, go to anyone for anything, and I really don't got anybody to, like hang out with and do stuff like that. Yeah, I could put myself out there and try to join like a group or something, meet people at the gym or do a run club or meet like people on bikes or whatever. But I don't know. Is that really what I'm looking for? Or because I think I made it so long. Like I just think about friends, quote unquote, being in like school, like high school, stuff like that. But I mean, all them people were just for phases. Right, that was just a season of my life that them people are around, and I mean, it's not like I would go back in time and try to rekindle any of those relationships because they ended for a reason. And honestly, it's better to be alone than to be around fake people. I feel like I'd much rather sit out here by myself with my thoughts and sharing what I got, going on versus sitting here with someone that's fake that would just, put me second or cut me off if, someone else came around or any situation, And it's kind of hard because I do got trust issues because it's like I've been burnt so many times and backstabbed by people I really trusted, really people that I thought that messed with me, and realizing that they really weren't messing with me, So, I mean, in that sense, it just kind of sucks. But at least I can say, I did something I always wanted to do, which was get a bike. Because I just been sitting on it for so long, for years. Like, I remember in high school, I said I was going to get a bike. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get a bike, And then just, I guess life just happened. And it was always after the next thing and the next thing. And then I was so worried about getting a car, and I had to get another car, and then I was moving, and then I was waiting, because then I'm trying to save up for a house, so then I was gonna wait for that, and then I'm probably gonna have to get another car right after that. A few years, it's like, man, honestly, I just did it, really no regrets in it. Probably overpaid a little bit for the bike, but Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Not even that much. But it truly is fun, you know. And when I get off the bike, you know, I still got things to figure out. I still got to figure out my life. Still got to figure it all out, right? Because yeah, I know we can be 30 years old and 40 years old and figure it out. But man, I'm not trying to do that. It's like I'm realizing the situation I'm in now, and really I'm just chasing fulfillment, being happy, being feel like I'm actually accomplishing something every day. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, the weekends. I can truly enjoy something because I hate my life Monday through Friday or anything like that. Or just trying to use escapism, trying to use all the distractions that are around me to, you know, escape my reality. You know, let me eat the junk food all the time. Let me drink alcohol all the time. You know, let me get distracted by TV and the news, everything bad going on in the world, and the social media that has us comparing ourselves to a 18-year-old millionaire or people with better lives, as it seems. Like, man, I'm just trying to get more in tune with nature, with myself. I feel like I was such an active kid. You know, growing up, I was always outside and playing and stuff like that. Like I wasn't a big kid, like on my on the phones and stuff like that. You know, like yeah, I had a phone and we'd mess around like that. But there's some people that just like are glued to it. Like I see myself now, I be forgetting to check it. You know, like I'm not a good texter. I don't. People probably think I ignore them and stuff like that. It's just, man, I don't like texting. Because really, I mean, you could have a 2-minute phone call to get everything out versus, you know, 30 minutes or an hour of texting. Like, man, I'm not on my phone like that to be constantly checking and stuff like that. I got my music when I'm at the gym. Like, I just be walking around. People probably think I'm weird and stuff when I'm at the gym because I always see it. Like, people that rest, you know, we got 60, 90-second rest. But everybody, you know, as soon as they're done with their set, head down, looking at the phone, you know. The most I spend looking at my phone is really if I'm changing my music, you know, trying to figure out something next to put in queue. But other than that, man, I walk around, my hands on my hip, just walking up and down by the machine, and I see people looking at me and stuff. They probably think like, what the fuck is this dude doing? But man, it's just so much distractions around us. And I'm really just trying to, you know, tap back into nature. Maybe find myself in the process. I think I got caught up too much in the future. Is a lot of the problem, you know, constantly worrying about where I should be at in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, stuff like that. Man, I'm like missing the present, you know. And of course, you could say that the present right now determines our future. But it's like, man, if I just keep getting caught up in the future, I'm always going to be living for the future. And the future is really never here. You know? We're never in the future. We're never in the past. We're literally right now, still. Like, I'm just trying to soak up every moment of this. Like, sitting right here, like, the way my legs is crossed, sitting on the ground, how the freaking rocks feel. The water making noise. That boat out in the distance, the wind kind of hitting me. You got these freaking little bugs, little lake flies, man. I didn't even know they had them out here, but I guess it makes sense. Just everything, you know. I feel like when I say all this, kind of make me sound like a hippie. But I don't know, if you actually made it to the end of this, man, I honestly want to hear people's opinions on it, man. Like, I love looking at the comments and, like, feel like I'm kind of connected to people in a way. You know, my first video on a bike, when that popped off, you know, I got like 100-some comments, man. That stuff made me happy, you know. People either sharing their 2 cents, saying congrats or whatever, and even if I had a couple, you know, negative people, but it's cool. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And then you think about it, like, man, it don't even matter. Like, I see people arguing sometimes in the comments and other people's comments and stuff like that. It's like, what are y'all even arguing about? Like it'd be like so irrelevant stuff that people argue about, or just got negative things to say. Like, man, I'm all about just being positive. I try to be optimistic, you know. And my mindset, it might come off as as like negative, but I honestly just try to look for the worst in everything. Because I mean, the worst has happened, you know, in my life. So I try to prepare for it almost. But I still got a positive outlook on life and everything like that. But yeah, just a lot of thinking, a lot of chilling. Let me know your opinion on the meaning of life or about anything. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm out.